Very warm welcome to you all, dear students. Today we are going to study few application of the section formula and midpoint formula. Because in the last session we have discussed what is section formula, its derivation, and the midpoint formula, its derivation. So today I am going to explain you that application of the section formula. As in the last session you have read, section formula, the coordinates of the point which divides the line segment in two parts. If the coordinates of that point P is xy, so x is equals to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2, and y is equals to m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. So these section formula we have read. Since the section formula we have read, the coordinate of the point P, which is xy, and this is equals to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2, and m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. So these are the section formula we have read in our last session. So today we are going to explain the application of this formula, this section formula. So in the solution of this question, as the question is given, find the coordinates of the point which divides the line segment joining the points A, which is 4, 3, and B, which is 8, 3 in the ratio of 3:1 internally. So this is the point P whose coordinates are xy, that divides this line segment into 3:1 ratio. Means this 3 is the value of m1 and this 1 is the value of m2, right? So if P be the coordinate of that point which is xy, so the coordinate of this P, therefore coordinates of P equals to that section formula we have to write. This is the section formula, m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2, and m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. So as you know that the value of m1 and m1 is 3, m2 is 1. So we need to find out the value of x1 y1 and x2 y2. So let the coordinate of point A be x1 y1 and coordinate of B is x2 y2. It means x1 is equals to 4, y1 is equals to -3, x2 is equals to 8, y2 is equals to 5. After getting these values, let us substitute these values, we can get the value, the coordinates of point P easily. So the coordinates of point P according to the formula m1 x2, m1 is 3 into x2, x2 is 8 plus m2 x1, m2 is 1 into x1, x1 is 4 divided by m1 plus m2 means 3 plus 1. Similarly m1 y2 means 3 into y2 is 5 plus m2 is 1 into y1 is minus 3 upon m1 plus m2. So let us simplify. Easily we will get the coordinates of point P. So this is the coordinate of point P. 8 3s are 24 plus 4 1s are 4 upon 4, and this is 5 3s are 15 minus 3 1s are 3 upon 4. So the coordinates of P becomes 28 upon 4, and this is 12 upon 4. Now divide it. 4 7s are 28, so 7 comma 4 3s are 12. So the coordinates of P are, this is our required answer, that we got the coordinates of the point P that divides this line segment in the ratios of 3:1. Therefore we got the coordinate of this point P, which is 7 comma 3 is our required answer. So dear students, this is the first application of your section formula as example number 6 we have taken. So it is easy, but you should be careful. You should know what are the values of m1 m2, what are the values of x1 y1 and x2 y2. After getting these values, substitute in the formula, you will get your answer easily. So you have to be careful, or you have to remember that what are the section formula for a given point, right? Let's see the example number 7. In this example it is given that in what ratio does the points minus 4 6, means the point of intersection is given, the point that is given, that is means section point is given, divide the line segment joining the points A minus 6 10 and B 3 minus 8. It means a line segment is given with its end points. This is the line segment. Say this is point A, whose coordinates are minus 6 10, and it is the point B whose coordinates are 3 minus 8. So the line segment joining these points are given. This line segment is intersected by a point, say this point is P and its coordinates are given minus 4 6, minus 4 6. Then question is asking, in what ratio does this point minus 4 6 divide this line segment joining the points this and this? So let us suppose that now the children, you have to understand, here the section part is given, means coordinate of that point is given. अभी हमें इस क्वेश्चन में हमें रेशियो फाइंड करना है कि किस रेशियो में ये पॉइंट P इस लाइन सेगमेंट को डिवाइड करता है. मीन्स m1 is to m2 वी आर गोइंग टू फाइंड आउट. what m1 upon m2 we are going to find out. So m1 is to m2. So let the coordinates of P be, let coordinates of P be of P be minus 4 comma 6, and this point divide AB in m1 is to M2 ratio. Means this P divides AB in M1 is to M2 ratio, right? So we have to find out the value of M1 upon M2. Okay, so let us use the section formula, as you all are familiar with this. So you know that for section formula, coordinates of P, coordinates of point P is what? -4, 6. So this coordinate P -4, 6 is equals to, use the section formula, which is M1 x2 plus M2 x1 upon M1 plus M2, and M1 y2 plus M2 y1 upon M1 plus M2, right? As you see, both are the same coordinates, but it is in section formula and it is actual value it is given. Actual value is given. So here the x coordinate is -4 and here the x coordinate is M1 x2 plus M2 x1 upon M1 plus M2. So we can take only one of this. X coordinates will be equal. So if the x coordinates will be equal, means if both the coordinates are same, therefore you can say that this x coordinate, which is -4, is equals to M1 x2 plus M2 x1 upon M1 plus M2, right? Now let us cross multiply this. You will get -4 into M1 plus M2 is equals to M1 x2 plus M2 x1. Now we have to substitute the values of x1 and x2. And what are these values of x1 and x2? Is this point A, the coordinates of this is x1, y1, and the coordinates of the point B is the coordinates of x2, y2. So from here x1 is -6 and x2 is 3. So let us substitute these values in this equation. Okay, so -4 M1 -4 M2 is equals to x2 is 3. So this can be written as 3 M1 plus x1 is -6. So it will be -6 M2, right? Now M1 you have to take one side and M2 is the other side. It is -4 M1 and this is +3 M1. Bring this to the left side, it will be -3 M1 equals to -6 M2, and this -4 M2 transposed to the right side becomes +4 M2. Now these two negative numbers can be -7 M1 is equals to, this is -2 M2. Now minus sign is cancelled from both the side. Bring M2 to this side and this 7 to right side. So M1 upon M2 is equals to 2 upon 7. Therefore this gives you the ratio M1 is to M2 is equals to 2 is to 7 is our required answer. right? Let's see the next example number 8. In this it is given that find the coordinates of the points of trisection of the line segment joining the points A 2, 2 and B -7 and 4. Means a line segment AB is given. The coordinates of A are 2, -2 and the coordinates of B are -7, 4. It means, let us suppose that this is your given line segment AB. This is A whose coordinates are 2, -2 and this is point B whose coordinates are -7 and 4, right? After that the question is given, find the coordinates of those points of trisection. Here it is given points of trisection means those points who divides this line segment in 3 equal parts. So let those points are P and Q. So these points P and Q divides this line segment AB in 3 equal parts. It means such that AP is equals to PQ is equals to QB. So let the points of trisection B, P and Q. These 2 points are points of trisections. Means these 2 points divides this line segment in 3 equal parts. And how it is? Such that AP equals to PQ equals to QB, right? AP equals to PQ equals to QB, right? It means when you will take this first point P, so this first point P divide AB in the ratio of 1:2 because this is the 2 part. As AP is equals to PQ is equals to QB, so this P divides AB in the ratio of 1:2 because this is 1 part and this PB is 2 part of it, right? Are you getting the meaning of it? So to find the coordinate of P, therefore to find the coordinates of P is P, let us take P divide AB in 1:2 ratio, right? Therefore M1 is to M2 is 1/2 means M1 is 1 and M2 is 2 and let A is x1 y1 and this B is x2 y2, right children? And we are going to find out the coordinates of P. This P divides this AB in 1:2 ratio means M1 is 1 and M2 is 2. It means M1 is equals to 1, M2 is equals to 2. So let us coordinates of P will be by the section formula m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2, right? Afterwards m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2. Now substitute the values. m1 is 1 into x2, x2 is minus 7, plus m2 is 2 into x1 is 2 upon m1 plus m2, which is 1 plus 2. Then m1 y2, which is 4, plus m2 2 into y1 is minus 2 upon m1 plus m2, which is 2. Let us simplify it. We will get our coordinates of point P. So the coordinate of point P, minus 7 1 is 7, minus 7, plus 2 2 is 4 upon 3, and this is 4 1 is 4, minus 2 2 is 4 upon 3. So you got P is minus 3 upon 3, and this is 0 upon 3. So the coordinates of P are minus 1 and 0. Now we got the coordinates of point P. And what are the coordinates of point P? Minus 1, 0. Right, children? After getting the coordinates of point P, which is minus 1 0, we have to find out the coordinates of point Q also. Now here, to find out the coordinates of point Q, we can adopt two methods, and both the method gives you same answer. First, to find the coordinate of Q, this point Q divides this line segment AB in 2:1 ratio. Are you getting? Because this is two part, AQ is 2 and BQ is 1 part. And the second method, this Q is the midpoint of PB. So let us use the midpoint formula, because this is PQ is equals to QB. So this Q will be the midpoint of this point PB. We can find by using the midpoint formula easily the coordinate of point P. So since Q is midpoint of PB, so here P we have to take x1 y1 in the case of to finding the coordinates of P. If P is x1 y1 and B is x2 y2, then the coordinate of Q is equals to coordinate of Q is equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2 by using midpoint formula. So let us substitute the value. x1 is minus 1 plus x2 is minus 7 upon 2, y1 is 0 plus y2 is 4 upon 2. So this gives you minus 8 upon 2 and this is 4 upon 2. Therefore the coordinates of Q are minus 4 and 2 is our required answer. So we got the coordinates of point P is minus 1 0 and the coordinates of point Q is minus 4 and 2. These 2 points P and Q are the points of trisection of this line segment AB. Okay? Okay friends, see the example number 9. In this it is given, find the ratio in which the points which the y-axis divides the line segment joining the points 5, 6, minus 6 and minus 1, minus 4. Also find the point of intersection. It means let the points are, this is the line segment joining the points A, let A be the points of intersection of A whose coordinates are 5, 6 and B whose coordinates are minus 1, minus 4. So the line segment joining these 2 points A and B, right? So let P be the point lies on y-axis. Let P be the point on y-axis this P is a point on y-axis. This divides this line segment in m1 is to m2 ratio. This ratio we have to find out. So friends, आपको याद होगा any of the point means the coordinates of any of the points on y-axis is always the form of 0 and y. मीन्स उसका x कोऑर्डिनेट हमेशा क्या होता है, 0 होता है. मीन्स द वैल्यू ऑफ x इज ऑलवेज 0. आर यू गेटिंग? जब x की वैल्यू 0 होती है सो आर क्वेश्चन बिकम्स इजी. चलो नाउ लेट अस सपोज दैट दिस पॉइंट A इज सेड टू बी x1 y1 and this B is x2 y2. Means x1 is equals to 5, y1 is equals to minus 6, x2 is equals to minus 1 and y2 is equals to minus 4. So by using the section formula, coordinates of P, B means this coordinates of P which is 0y will be equals to the coordinates of P by the section formula m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2 and y coordinates are m1 y2 plus m2 y1 upon m1 plus m2, right? So from here both the coordinates are same, so it means this x coordinate will be equals to 0 and this y coordinates will be equals to y. So let us take this value equals to 0. So therefore 0 is equals to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 upon m1 plus m2. When you cross multiply, so this m1 plus m2 becomes 0. So what you will get? You will get m1 x2 plus m2 x1 is equals to 0. Now substitute the values of x1 and x2 from this. x1 is 5 and x2 is minus 1. So m1 into x2 which is minus 1 plus m2 into x1 which is 5 equals to 0. Now this becomes minus m1 plus 5m2 equals to 0. So minus m1 equals to minus 5m2. So minus is cancelled. m1 upon m2 is equals to 5 upon 1. Therefore the ratio becomes m1 is to m2 is equals to 5 is to 1 is our required answer. Means this point P which lies on y-axis divides this line segment joining these points A and B in the ratio of 5 is to 1, which is our required answer. So dear students, here you have to be careful that this 0 you have to use. Don't use the value of y. If you will take this y is equals to this number, so you cannot get this ratio. Understood? So you have to take this 0 means x coordinate is equal to this x coordinate. Now after getting this ratio, we need to find out the point of intersection also, means the coordinate of this also. इसकी वैल्यू हमें फाइंड करनी है एंड दिस फर्स्ट x कोऑर्डिनेट इज 0 ऑलरेडी, y कोऑर्डिनेट फाइंड करना है. सो y विल बी इक्वल्स टू m1 y2 प्लस m2 y1 अपॉन m1 प्लस m2. So let us find out those values. So y equals to m1 is 5, m2 is 1. So m1 means 5 multiplied by y2 and y2 is minus 4 plus m2 is 1 into y1 is minus 6 upon m1 plus m2 which is 5 plus 1. Therefore this becomes minus 20 minus 6 upon 6. 5 4 ja 20 and 1 6 ja 6 minus 6. So this is minus 26 upon 6, that is equals to minus 13 upon 3. 2 3 ja 6. Therefore the coordinates of points of intersection P 0 minus 13 upon 3. Right children? Now this is your required answer. This is the point of intersection 0 comma minus 13 upon 3 and the ratios m1 is to m2 is 5 is to 1. Right? Okay friends, let us see the example number 10. In this given it is, if the points A 6 comma 1, B 8 2, C 9 4 and the point D which is P comma 3 are the vertices of a parallelogram. Means these are the coordinates of the vertices of the parallelogram taken in order. Means if you are taking in order A, B, C, D, then find the value of P. So let us suppose that this is point A. In order we have to take A 6 comma 1. Say this is x1 y1, x1 y1. Point B which is 8 2, say this is x2 y2. Point C which is 9 4, say it is x3 y3. And point D, say it is x4 y4. Right? So we need to find out we need the value of P here. P की value हमें find करनी है. So to find the value of P, the easiest way is this. As you know that the properties of parallelogram, what are the property? The diagonals AC and BD bisect each other. ये diagonals AC और BD एक दूसरे को मिड पॉइंट पे इंटरसेक्ट करते हैं. से दिस इज पॉइंट P. सो इसी P का कोऑर्डिनेट हम फाइंड करेंगे. from both the diagonal. P is the midpoint of AC also and P is the midpoint of BD also. So they both will be equal coordinate because you are getting only one point. So therefore, in the solution of this, as you know that, we know that the diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. Bisect each other. Therefore, the coordinates of midpoint of AC, so coordinates of midpoint of AC will be equals to the coordinates of midpoints of BD, right? So the coordinates of midpoint of AC, which is x1 plus x3 upon 2, this is x1 plus x3 upon 2, and y1 plus y3 upon 2 is equals to the coordinates of midpoint of BD. BD means x2. Therefore, x2 plus x4 upon 2 equals to y2 plus y4 upon 2. Now let us substitute the values. x1, y1. x1 is 6, y1 is 1. x2 is 8, y2 is 2. x3 is 9, y3 is 4. x4 is p and y4 is 3. So सबकी वैल्यू हम सब्सटीट्यूट करते हैं. x1 is 6 plus x3 is 9 upon 2. y1 is 1 plus y3 is 4 upon 2 equals to x2 is 8 plus x4 is p upon 2 and y2 is 2 plus y4 is 3 upon 2. They all are equal. Now as we are going to find out the value of p, and p is in x coordinate, therefore this x coordinate will be equals to this x coordinate. So what you got? 6 plus 9 upon 2 equals to 8 plus p upon 2. This 2 is cancelled. 6 plus 9 is 15 equals to 8 plus p. Therefore p is equals to 15 minus 8. So p is equals to 7 is our required answer. So here we got the coordinate of this is 7, 3 is our required answer. Okay children, here you have taken this x coordinate is equal to this x coordinate and easily you can get the value of p, right?